What's going on, Seaport? It's Pac-Man Jones for Savannah Seaport News. Now, sorry for the lack of content for the past 2 weeks. My computer actually had crashed and I lost all my programs. The program that I used to do these type of videos, I had lost that, and I had to actually purchase a new program so that way I can do videos again. So I lost all my content, all my pictures and everything else. But when I realized in 2019, when my stuff had burnt down to the ground, is that material things can be replaced, but human lives cannot. So in case if you haven't been keeping up with what's been going on in Savannah, a toddler was reported missing earlier this month and still hasn't been located. Now, Quinton Simon was reported missing in October the 5th after a 911 call was made by the mother of Quinton Simon, Leilani Simon. Her son Quinton Simon was allegedly last seen by the mother's boyfriend at 6 a.m. Investigators worked until 2 a.m. the following day and returned 8 a.m. that same day to conduct additional interviews and began searching throughout phone records and footage from video cameras mounted in the vicinity of Simon's disappearance. Search warrants were issued for the home. Now, on October 7th, there was an update for the Chatham County Commission on the search of Simon. A multi-agency task force participated in the search. County dive teams using waders and poles also participated in the search of a nearby pond. In quotation marks, we tried to use every available resource to get better understanding of what's happened with little Quinton. Now, on October the 10th, the investigation changed. The search for Quinton Simon was no longer a missing child investigation. To that end, 40 FBI investigators started assisting with the investigation and researched the Buckhalter Road home owned by Simon's grandparents, Billy Joe and Thomas Howell, where Simon was reported missing by his mother. Multiple FBI agents were observed taping dark plastic to the windows. On the night of October the 12th, Chatham County Police Department and FBI investigators announced that they believe Quinton Simon is dead and have named the mother as the prime suspect. Police have not arrested the mother, that's shocking, right, in the disappearance or death, nor have charges have been filed as of yet, but they did notify the family. Now, on October the 18th, Chatham County Police Chief said Haley announced that the Chatham County Police Department and the FBI were entering a new phase of the search for the 20-month-year-old Quinton Simon. A short time ago, they began an extensive search for the waste management landfill located in Chatham County. Now, police believe that Simon was placed in a specific dumpster at a specific location and was brought to the landfill by regular means. He added that they have specific evidence that leads to the Chatham County Police Department and the FBI to the landfill, but declined to specify what that evidence is. Now, I can only guess why they figure out why they think that the body was at the dump. Maybe somebody had got a confession, you know, somebody confessed, and I only assume that he's dead, unfortunately, because it's been really cold outside. And as I'm recording this video right now, this is the coldest that it's been since this half of this year. It's like 39 degrees right now, and kids that are 2 years or younger can't regulate their body heat. So, and it's been like real extreme weather as far as being warm and being like cold at night. And I'm pretty sure that that kid is unfortunately deceased, man. And my prayers goes out to, you know, the family. Hopefully they can find the answers of what's been going on and who is to blame and who's at fault, because I mean, a kid just don't go missing like that. And I can only assume that if he's at the dumpster, then he was actually placed there. I mean, he didn't get up and walk to a damn landfill. So, and the landfill, if you guys don't know, is off of Dean Forest Road. You know, that's the only landfill that I can think of. So, I mean, and it's just, it's heartbreaking. It really is. And, you know, and it's cold right now, you know, like I was outside shivering myself, and I'm 190 pounds, 6'2", you know, so I can only imagine what a 20-month-old toddler that's probably not even 2 feet tall is doing right now, if he's even alive. But that news of Quinton and the whole missing scheme, or the whole missing search, was really talked about so much that a lot of other news that happened in Savannah, it kind of was just downplayed, because actually a teenager was killed in a shooting in Garden City on Tuesday, October 11th in the afternoon. Now, according to the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, the GBI, the shooting occurred approximately at 2 p.m. on the 4000 block of 3rd Street in Garden City. When officers arrived, they found Eric Lakeem Davis, who ages 15, of Savannah, suffering from gunshot wounds. Davis was taken to Memorial Hospital. Of course, that's a hospital where all the gunshot victims go to, but he was later pronounced deceased. Now, I did some research about this kid, and you know, of course, when I look online, you know, honestly, when I do videos, you can kind of tell like who's in the streets and who's not. And you know, when I look at the pictures, it doesn't really look like this kid was in the streets. So I'm really puzzled with what's going on with this kid, and it seemed like he was intentionally targeted. So maybe I'm wrong, but it really didn't look like this kid was in the streets. It really didn't, and it's really throwing people in a left field, because nobody really has an answer to why he could have been killed or he could have been targeted. And I just, you know, pray for the Davis family, because it just seems like there's no reasonable answer for this. And also another homicide that happened, it happened on October the 16th, shooting that left one person deceased. Now, it happened in the area of Mundy Street and Weldon Street. That's the Hudson Hill area. Officials say a male suffered life-threatening injuries in the incident following a single vehicle crash. So I believe they didn't specify what happened, but I believe either he was shot and then he got in the car and then he crashed, or he was shot driving and then he crashed his car. But officers responded to Mundy Street and Weldon Streets around 8 p.m. for an overturned sedan and discovered the driver, 21-year-old Rashad Kinlaw, suffering from gunshot wounds. He was taken to Memorial Hospital, where he died shortly after his arrival. So, I mean, that's just the other stuff that's been going on in Savannah. And probably you haven't heard about those 2 shootings. There was 2 more shootings. Luckily, those were not fatal, but a lot of that news that's been going on about other shootings has just been suppressed, because people just been talking about the disappearance of Quinton. And you know, just rest in peace to everybody that was killed this past few weeks, man. It's just been a crazy time in Savannah. And any other updates about these cases, I'll let y'all know as well. But as far as the Simon updates, there's going to be a few updates about this coming in the near future, and hopefully the Simon family can get some answers. And also for the 2 other brothers that was killed in Chatham County, hopefully their families can get some answers too. But that's all for right now. Stay blessed, Seaport.